With Vermont set to receive more than $60 million as part of a nationwide settlement with opioid manufacturers, state lawmakers are laying the groundwork for just how that money might be used. State House reporter Devin Bates joins us now live in the newsroom to explain what needs to happen before the money is spoken for. Devin?
That's right, Lauren. The majority of this settlement cash from three major pharmaceutical companies has gone into what's called a statewide abatement fund. Before it gets doled out for recovery efforts across the state, an advisory committee has to have their say. Right now, the discussion in Montpelier is centered around who should have a seat at the table. An 18-member advisory committee will soon decide how Vermont will spend over $60 million in opioid settlement money, and those in the thick of the fight against substance use disorder believe there's plenty of room for a different perspective.
Where we can, even with all the positions that aren't designated as such, we should really be focusing on getting individuals with lived experience, and namely lived experience from opioid use disorder. I know in this state we do a good job of elevating voices of people in recovery, but also trying to maybe find a way to engage people who are actively struggling and actively at risk.
Grace Keller is the Safe Recovery Program coordinator at the Howard Center. She said policies that lead to progress often originate as a client's concern. Unfortunately, as of late, there's been no shortage of concerns.
I've been in my job for 14 years, so I've never witnessed overdose deaths the way we are seeing them now. One of the things that's happened recently that's really hit home is a lot of the people that we've lost to overdose recently are parents.
It's why the work of this advisory committee comes at such a critical time, and the Attorney General's office noted there could be additional help coming soon.
There may be a settlement with Purdue Pharma and the Sacklers. There's still some hoops that we need to go through to make that happen. But if all goes well, this framework could also be applied to those settlements as well.
Peter Espenshade is the president of the Vermont Association for Mental Health and Addiction Recovery. He said the money could go a long way for programs like the Recovery Friendly Workplace Initiative, recovery residences, and treatment centers.
Getting these beautiful, hardworking Vermonters in recovery back into work, back into their lives, reconnected with families and reconnected with their communities.
And Lauren, as of now, that advisory committee would include representatives from the Vermont Department of Health, several state lawmakers, treatment providers, and one individual with lived experience battling opioid use disorder. Live in the newsroom, Devin Bates, Local 44 News.